You have to check that all the nuts and bolts are tight. What we have here is a castellated nut on this shock absorber. We have to tighten the nut up until it gets to the requisite tightness. That's nice and tight now. Now there's a hole that goes through the shaft. I put the split pin through, then bend it round. Now that nut cannot move backwards or forwards. It can't release. It's an old-fashioned mechanical way of locking an important nut into place.
There are hundreds of nuts on this car, and each and every one of them will have to be checked out before they hand it back to Andrew. Fuzz has now checked all the car's moving parts and has moved on to its stopping parts, the brakes.
I'm going to build up the rear brakes, then I can put on the rear hub, get the wheels on. Now these are the Citroen's old rear brake shoes. There's plenty of life left in these linings, but the problem is that it's become contaminated with leaking brake fluid, which has come from weepy old seals in this wheel cylinder. These bad boys, uncontaminated, ready to go on. That'll bring the stop back to the go.
New brake shoes and cylinders will make sure that when it goes back, it won't just look good, but be safe to drive too. And it's another job that can be ticked off the list. Which is just as well, as so far the boys have barely managed to keep to schedule.
Right, now where I'm trying to find is my mate John, and what I'm looking at getting done is actually getting that crack repaired in that steering wheel. Here's the problem. Check this steering wheel out. Massive crack.
Andrew's steering wheel is 60-year-old Bakelite, an early form of plastic that's a lot more brittle than its modern descendants.
So what is that stuff then, John?
It's an epoxy putty, 2-part.
Right, yeah.
So you just cut off what you need, and then start squidge it together. It's a bit like plasticine.
Tell you what, it goes right inside it. Look at that. It actually goes down to the metal, so you know there's a metal support coming across there. Yeah.
Try and squeeze that in.
As far in as you can get to get as good a kit as possible, right?
That's it.
How long does this stuff take to dry?
I should be able to work it after about 15 minutes.
Creating an undetectable join is delicate and fiddly work. So back on track and time to replace that now crack-free steering wheel.
That's called a Woodruff key. Look at it, silly little piece of metal, but it actually just drops into there like that. That will correspond with the slot in the wheel. We have only one place you can put the steering wheel on. Doesn't it look great? Look at the dashboard. That is a gorgeous colour grey, like a primer grey and then a beautiful gloss black. And with the cream of the steering wheel, it just sort of screams Art Deco. It's such a cool car.
Once again, it's going to be a long old night in the car S.O.S workshop. Because tomorrow, Citroen-loving Andrew is hopefully going to get the surprise of his life.